Okay, agenda item 15.
Is that board member comments?
Yes.
Okay.
Is board member comments.
Let me, where did I put my,
What's that?
here you go.
Someone could.
With due respect, I'm not asking to say anything. I'm just pointing
No,
out that
I
we skipped
appreciate
over
that.
it. And
No,
if we're doing
we're-
it tomorrow, that's whatever we're doing, I'm just pointing it out.
We are trying to.
Okay.
We are honoring the process. So, Member Wood.
I have a board member comment. I'm just wondering if I can send it to the board and attach it to the, it's 1 minute and 30 seconds, but
I want to hear it.
do you want to hear it? Is that?
We apologize. It was the
That-
passing of the baton that got lost.
No, that's all right.
Member
I-
Bogus
mean
is
to-
absolutely right. We skipped
didn't
over an
mean to-
agenda item, and that is appropriate.
So I often have thoughts in the shower, and this has been my shower thoughts for the last 4 days. So take it for what it's worth. This is my heartfelt concerns and pleas. So the last few days, I've been thinking a lot about the phrase, first do no harm. This is a popular saying that derives from the Latin phrase prima non nocere. The term is primarily used in the fields of healthcare and medicine and is a basic principle taught in healthcare providing classes. The takeaway point of first do no harm is that in certain cases, it may be better to do nothing rather than intervening and potentially causing more harm than good. Our board is given the constitutional role of general control and supervision of the public education system. I believe my role as an individual board member is to first do no harm. No harm to our students, no harm to our educators, and no harm to the system overall. It is our role to provide a foundation that will prepare students for the future. It is our role to bring about change thoughtfully with an understanding of how our actions impact those that must implement those changes, and to do our best to make changes based on sound principles and relevant to the subjects we are discussing. As I've read letters written to the board, read comments on social media, and had conversations this week, I feel we owe many of our educators in the field an apology. The consternation they've revealed show that our actions are doing harm. I've been considering the number of hours spent by various people studying and commenting to areas of concerns that as a board we would implement changes that were not applicable to the areas of discussion and would not prepare students for the future. I hope as we go forward we can consider that our actions have consequences, in the short term with any recommendations that we bring to the table, and in the long run by how our decisions will impact educators and students long after we are gone from these seats. Thank you.
Thank you, and if you'd like that attached, we will attach it. Please send it to Sybil. Member Klein? And then Member Straight.
Yes, so I just want to start by thanking staff for their hard work in putting that incredible document together. So, thank you. I know that was not an easy chore, considering what I went through to put forward my version. It gave me a new respect for that, so thank you. I do want to just also acknowledge or state that I feel it is our duty as a board to put forth the very best standards possible for the maximum academic benefit of the students that we serve. There's a reason that I had so many amendments because of that vertical and horizontal alignment, and I apologize that we didn't have time to get through them all today. But I appreciate being given the opportunity to bring them forward. And the discussions that have come from that and the crash course that we all got in Robert's Rules. I think we're all going to be a lot better going forward and understand why they're so important, because when things are, when we have very different opinions, it's maybe the only thing that protects us. So I am grateful for Robert's Rules today. I just also want to make sure that what happened here today does not get forgotten. We just passed out the P through 12 English language arts standards with almost zero actual English language arts content and conventions. And so that sends a huge message to our state on what's important as far as the education of the students in our state and their ability to read and write effectively. And we say a lot that we care about these things, and yet we left out the most important aspect of English language arts. And that, I think, for that reason, today will go down in history, and maybe not for a good, and not in a good way. So, but thank you all for sticking it out and giving me the opportunity to bring forth amendments. As board members, we always reserve the right to bring forth amendments, and anything we ever do to hamstring ourselves in that regard will only prove detrimental to our board and the work that we do and that we were elected to do. So, thank you and good night.
We, just as an aside, we are ordering all fresh, new, most up-to-date Robert's Rules of Order for every board member. Okay. We're going to have the same version for page number support as well. Next up, Member Straight, and then Member
Yes,
Davis.
Yes, I had the opportunity to attend two elementaries last week as a fourth grader. No, I just attended family engagement nights for at two elementaries. One was Adams Elementary, and the other was Lincoln Elementary. At Adams Elementary, they were doing a STEAM family engagement night. I hadn't known this before, but there's STEM and there's STEAM. Only difference is with STEAM, you add the arts. And so it was fascinating to see all the different classroom activities that were being done at that school and the food trucks outside. And at Lincoln Elementary, they were doing a family engagement night on education around the world. And that was an awesome event as well. So I appreciate Davis School District allowing me to come in to the schools that I represent in their area, and thank them very much and appreciate the opportunity to be part of the board.
Thank you, Member Straight. Member Davis?
I just wanted to quickly clarify something that I said earlier. I think I made it sound like there are no conventions in the standards, and that is not true. There are grammar and conventions and syntax, but I believe the details of those will be in the core guides. And I think that I may have, expressed that differently earlier, and so I apologize for that. And I think everyone who participated in this massive writing and standards committee and amending, and most especially for, I think, the decency that our board members showed each other today. So, thanks.
Thank you. Any other member comments? Member Green?
Thank you. I just want to give a big thank you to board members, all of the time and effort that everybody took towards this effort. I know it was very, very difficult. I know that we've been trying very, very hard to get it right and streamline our processes. I want to give a special thank you to first name basis, but Patty and Andrea for putting that document together. I feel like sometimes out of very difficult situations, sometimes it pushes us to develop new things. I do see that the way that things were presented today was very organized, made it very nice, and I hope it's something that we can use in the future as well, and to see amendments that can get batched together, so that streamlines that process. So for me, I know it was very stressful beyond comprehension, but I see positive things that have come out of this. So I just wanted to say those things. Thanks.
Thank you. Seeking a motion? One more, sorry. Oh, no, go ahead. Please use your microphone.
One more member comment. My thank you would go to our assistant AGs. I think that that's a really, really tough job, and as Brian will tell you, I have had my differences with them over the years, and it's really hard to not think you're smarter and have greater legal expertise, especially when I'm 30 years older. But, but I think that in all seriousness, they represent the board. They come to us with a different weight of authority than an attorney who represents a client. And I hope that we can have a more comprehensive discussion of that, because I think their advice to us is it would be very unfortunate and very unwise of us to take it lightly and just say, thanks for your advice. So I would like to have a more comprehensive discussion of that, including the hierarchy of laws, so that we don't get Robert Rules up there with the U.S. Constitution.
Okay.
And perhaps better understand which laws trump which other laws and policies and regulations. So thank you, especially to the AAGs. And I mean this in the most complimentary way. I've seen Brian really rise to the occasion in this job, and I very much appreciate it.
Thank you, and your concern is noted. It's something leadership is going to be discussing. Any other member comments? Member Bogus.
Well, as long as we're talking. I'm actually joking.
Oh, well, okay. Then we're looking for a
move to
motion.
adjourn.
Yeah. All right, there's a motion to adjourn. There's a motion to adjourn on the table. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, see you in the morning.